Good evening, my name is Yusuf, and this is another episode of Space Weather. Good evening, everyone. My name is Yusuf, and you are watching my evening news video. So let's start with a little bit of space weather. So I noticed something. This is the solar wind. And for some strange reason, we are in an area of low speed but high density on the particles. So this is actually kind of unusual. Normally, when the density goes up, so does the speed, but not always. You can see the bump in density, and it keeps rising steadily, and you can see the decrease also steadily. And this is, so I checked the Enlil solar spiral, and it checks out. I mean, you can see here plasma density. This is this is 21 hours UTC, and this is the same timestamp. This is only a prediction, but it validates what we are seeing. So the density rises, but not the speed. This is the velocity. So this is plasma density. This is radial velocity, the speed in kilometers a second. And you can see that for some reason the speed is decreasing, but the density is increasing. And when I looked at the spiral, we can see that indeed we are in an area of low speed. So this blue indicates that the speed is low, and we are actually in it. But we can see the spiral of density. We can see, in fact, that we are in an area of high density. So this is a stream of protons, high density but low speed. This is, in my opinion, not going to create any meaningful space weather condition. If we look at other metrics, let's take, for example, yes, let's just look at this, the KP index. So you see there isn't much going on, because it's all, when you look at solar wind, there's actually only one metric which is of importance, and that's the speed. If the speed is low, it doesn't really matter whether you get density or not. This is not going to have a great impact. But on the other hand, if you have increased speed, then it doesn't really matter whether it's dense or not. If it's dense, high speed, high density is going to create, of course, a greater effect. But still, you can have a high speed, low density solar wind stream, and it could be geo-effective, especially if there's a negative BZ component. If the BZ component opens up. So this is what I wanted to show. Other than that, the sunspots are not complex enough to produce anything meaningful. Let's take a look. So you see it's really flatlining or B flares, and that's about it. And I don't expect this to change immediately. So for now, the only thing of interest is that bump in density. But since it is at low speed, it really doesn't matter. Next, what I wanted to show is, this is actually unrelated to direct space weather, but it is a calendar, and I wanted to share this for those who don't know. So there's an astronomy calendar. This is called the Astronomy Reference Guide. So this is what basically you can find the events that can be shown. And I find this kind of cool because for example, on January the 2nd and the 3rd, there is the Quantitz meteor shower, and you have a little bit of explanation. And so each event that happens goes along with its explanation, and this is interesting, I think. So there you have it, the whole calendar of the year 2021, but you can also see many other years, so into the future. This makes it even more interesting. I will leave a link below for those interested, as usual, of everything that I show in the description box. Let's look now at, before we go to the earthquakes, I wanted to show this headline. I'm gonna read it, but for the article I will leave a link below. So, is that a UFO? There's probably an explanation. Why did I choose this article? Because I believe personally that UFOs exist, but I also believe that many people see things that are actually do have an explanation. And this is actually interesting to see different type of events, which may at first make you believe that you have seen a UFO when in reality it has actually an explanation. But like I said, I do believe that they do exist, and that they visit regularly our planet. But most things people see are often other things that have an explanation. So if you find this interesting, just check the description box. I will leave a link of this article and you can read it at your leisure. So now let's take a look at earthquakes. I wanted to show this because yes, I chose the 7 days higher magnitudes than 4.5. Strangely enough, the two biggest quakes of these last 7 days are related to events, and I will explain this. For example, this one here. This earthquake happened on the 10th of December. And as you know, the long duration solar flare that produced the CME, that CME arrived the 10th of December. And isn't it a nice coincidence to see that a big earthquake happens on this date? And this one over here, I already addressed this in a previous video. This is the earthquake of Chile. And interestingly enough, both are the highest in magnitude quakes, and this one is also related to something that happens in space. Well, not exactly very far. This is the solar eclipse. It happened the 14th of December, and when that eclipse happened yesterday, there was an earthquake, and I showed this in one of my videos. I discussed this, and I took the time to see previous quakes to, just out of curiosity, check if there was something related in space, and both indeed happened, interestingly, when something happens in space. So there is a space weather effect, so to speak, for both quakes happening on that day. So there you have it. And I don't believe this is a coincidence. This is due to ground level induced currents. I think that's what makes tectonic plates moves, and so this is not really happening by chance. Next, oh yes. So this morning I already this was one of the headlines. The Yasa tropical cyclone was increasing in strength, and indeed now I read this when I came home from work. Yasa rapidly intensifies to category 4, equivalent set to approach Fiji at category 5 strength. I'm not going to read everything, just this headline. I will leave a link in the description box for those interested. Tropical cyclone Yasa, the first named storm of the 2020-21 South Pacific Ocean cyclone season, has rapidly intensified to category 4 hurricane, equivalent on December the 15th, which is today. The cyclone is forecast to hit Fiji with category 5 force winds on Thursday evening. So tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, but the day after in the evening, or even Friday morning. Category 5 force winds will hit Fiji. December 17 or 18, prompting meteorologists to warn residents and authorities to immediately begin preparing for a major weather event. And indeed, this is not going to be a nice, to be a pleasant experience for those who have to withstand this tropical cyclone. This is no joke. I'm seeing here sustained winds of about 250 kilometers an hour, which equates to 155 miles per hour or higher. Now, knowing that, for when when here in Belgium there is 100 kilometer an hour winds, it already causes damage, lots of damage. So I can't even begin to imagine what this will cause. 250 kilometers an hour is extreme. So this is very dangerous for the people living. So for the people who will be under this cyclone on Friday, I think, yes, Thursday evening or Friday morning. And I took the time to watch it actually on Earth 3D, because this is interesting. So I chose the wind map, of course, but also an overlay with the precipitation accumulation to see how much rain it will cause. So I will zoom that in for you so that you can see. And as you can see, this is pretty intense, both in wind and precipitation accumulation. So it has lots of moisture in it, and this will fall in the form of heavy rains, and it will definitely cause floods, but also storm surges because of the winds, especially near the wall here. This is where the wind is the highest. This is the eye of the cyclone, and these are the walls, the immediate walls next to the eye. And this is where actually the winds are the greatest. You can actually see it from the speed. I'm going to zoom that even more out. And as you can see, this will be pretty intense. So if you live in that area, take heed. This is definitely going to be dangerous. So that's it for this evening. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video if you have friends that might be interested with them. Tomorrow I'm not sure if I can make another video because I have things to do. That's why I chose to make one this evening. So if I succeed in making one, I guess I see you tomorrow, or otherwise it will be Thursday. Yes. Thanks for watching this video and have a pleasant evening. Bye.